So, first live. Gotta figure all this stuff out now. It's all new to me. Let's see here. Try to figure this stuff out, y'all. Hold on, be right back. Howdy, y'all. Fast Force 29. Welcome back. This is my first live video. As you can see, I'm sure you can probably already tell it's very unprepared. Yeah, I'm not used to doing this kind of thing, so I'm just checking it out. So, we got one watcher so far, so that's cool. Very nice. Welcome, whoever you are. This is I just want to do this first live video. I've never done it before. Excuse me. I just want to give it a shot and see how it works. And celebrate the 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Thanks to all of y'all for that. It means the world to me. I would not be doing this right now if it wasn't for y'all. So I think it's great because you got to have 1,000 subscribers to do live videos, obviously, and then so and do all that. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Let's see. Is there a way to see let's see. I know you can send messages in. I got to figure all this stuff out now. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool. It's weird a little bit. I'm used to recording separately than editing. So this is kind of different. But yeah, if y'all can send in any messages, tell me what's going on. Where y'all located in the world? Let's see. Sound like I might have a possum or something in the attic out here in the garage. I might have to deal with that later. Anyway, let's see. So yeah. In case y'all didn't know, I got some new tires for my truck. This is the 76 Ford truck here. Some white leather tires. I decided to change it up a bit. Got tired of those white walls. I had those white walls for like 6 years. I've had the truck for 6 years this year. So I ran the white walls for at least 5 of those 6 years. Because when I bought it, it had black walls. And then I came across this parts truck on Craigslist, I believe. And at the time, I was kind of tight on money back then. This is probably the second year of me owning the truck, and I needed some extra parts. It had 4 brand new white wall tires for it off a 77 Ford truck. So me and a buddy of mine rode down there and checked it out. And let's see. Keith Wilson says, "Love watching your videos. I am working on my '69 Torino GT Fastback from Georgia. Very nice, very nice, cool car. I appreciate that. Thank you." And then Pat B. What's up, brother? What's going on, man? I love that Mustang you got. That's a cool car. Thanks for the chats. But yeah, as I was saying, when I bought the truck, I went down there and a buddy of mine went and got this 77 parts truck. And so I picked up some parts. He had 4 brand new, brand new tires, and they were white walls. So picked those up, put them on and ran those for a couple of years or whatever until they wore out. Then I ended up buying another set, the ones that were on here. And so, but yeah, I kind of got tired of the white wall look. I want a little bit wider tire, a little bit taller, something a little bit more sporty, I guess, and aggressive. And so I bought these just the other day. I figure it's a nice change. The tires I had on here was a 235, 70, 15. These are 255, 70. Or no, the other ones were 235, 75, 15. These are 255, 70, 15. Trying to remember here, but just gives it a nice aggressive look. Let's see, Pat B. Laugh out loud. I wonder if you'd remember. Oh yeah, I remember. That's a cool car. I like that. And is that candy apple red on that Mustang? I know it's red, but is that a candy apple red? It's a beautiful car. I like it. But yeah, sorry for the late notice. I guess I should have put out a notice earlier and done the video earlier, but I kind of woke up late and kind of got started later than I wanted to. I'd like to make this kind of an ongoing thing. If this works out well, I might start doing these live videos every now and then. But this being my first one, I want to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers with this video. So and do that. Let's see. It's burgundy. Oh, okay. My mistake. Well, either way, that's a cool car. And really, the burgundy kind of gives it a little bit more of how do you say, like depth to it. I guess red is too like resale red. That kind of like I like red. Red used to be my favorite color when I was a kid, and now it's more like blue is more like my favorite color. But burgundy is different. Red is too cliche, I guess. Still pretty, but burgundy is a beautiful color. Especially, is that a metallic burgundy or is it just like straight burgundy? Because I don't remember that part. But yeah, I welcome y'all. So I don't know how long I'm gonna do this video for. I just want to jump on and say thanks. So I might go for another few more minutes. I know it's late. As I said, it's late notice, so I need to be more prepared when I actually do this and come on here earlier. Maybe 6 o'clock, maybe. You know, that might be a good time. So we'll run for a few more minutes and tie it up. So yeah. B Pat B, is that your dream car? Like, is that what's the story behind that car? Is that your first car? Is it a car you just always really wanted? Is it, you know, how the what's the story behind that car? You know, if you don't mind telling me. Let's see. I can tell you that this '76 Ford truck is my dream truck. Hang on, I'll get back to that in just a minute. Depth is the word I use to describe it. A bit of flake. Okay, nice. Yes, the depth. Oh, that burgundy, like I said, it just gives it a depth because it's not super dark, but it's not that, like I said, that like light resale kind of red type thing. It's really really nice. It just gives it the depth, and the flake, that's nice. I like that. I want to do a. If you ever seen the movie Need for Speed from 2014, you know Aaron Paul at the beginning drives that '69 Ford Torino GT Fastback. That's actually the first time I'd ever seen one of those cars, and that's what got me into wanting a Torino. You know, Fairlane Torino, same body, same car, basically just different trim. But that's what actually got me into those cars, and that's why I went and bought that yellow one there. About 2.5. It's actually coming up on 3 years now. Wow, I've had that car almost 3 years now. So, but what I want to do is that blue that he had. I want to do something kind of like that, where it's that like a light metallic. I don't want no super deep flake or metallic in it. I want a nice light metallic blue like that. But I don't want to go too light. Like I don't want to go this light of a blue. This is, you know, this is I like this is original paint on this truck. This is all original paint on this truck, and I like it. But it's too light for what I want on the car. I want something kind of like what he had in Need for Speed. That was a beautiful car. Love that car. And a little trivia, if you didn't know, that car actually had an LS, one of those LS Chevy motors in it, which is you wouldn't even know it the way that thing sounded. It was counting them off. It sounded good. You know, you would have never thought it was a LS motor, but at least I didn't. But either way, very cool though. But oh, what I was saying about the truck is this was always one of my dream trucks. My buddy, really brother from another mother, basically, 6 Speed Media. You know, Jesse, if y'all follow him over there at 6 Speed Media, his YouTube channel, his old black truck that he's currently working on, he's got some videos on it. That was his granddaddy's truck, and I remember when I was a kid going over there with my father, I would always run straight up to that truck and look at it, and that was, ever since I was a kid, I wanted one of these trucks this body style. So, and I was fortunate enough to find this one on Craigslist 6 years ago, and bought it from the original owner. It was out there on a farm. He kept it parked underneath the shelter next to the barn. Never drove it, hardly ever. I really believe this truck has less than 100,000 miles on it. I obviously have no way to prove that, but just things that I see on this truck that's like brand new, I think it's under 100,000 miles. So, which is crazy, you know. But it was an older man that owned it. He never drove it. He had like a little. He was retired by now. He was like in his 90s, but it was his son that was selling it for him. But the guy that actually owned it was in his 90s. But he had like a small engine repair kind of shop thing, and he did small engine repair in it, but he never drove it. Like the truck just sat there underneath that shelter. He never drove it, and it's like immaculate. Like it has a little, you know, dings here and there and whatnot, but the truck was very well taken care of. So that's original paint, surprisingly, believe it or not, which is crazy when you think about it, you know. But Yeah, and then that yellow car is my dream car. That's, when I was talking about Need for Speed, that's my dream car. That's what got me started in it. Let's see. BPAT B responded with, this is the fourth one gen Mustang that he's owned. Very cool. I sold the last one, a 67 fastback. My daughter was born 15 years ago. Okay. A story as old as time, right? Right. I got to a point in life where I could buy another one. Oh, nice. Very nice. Hey, I'm glad you were able to get another one. Man, owning these classics, it is very fun. I've never owned nothing but classics. Well, I had a 99 Dodge truck one time, but I've never had nothing but classics, and I love them. But they can be a little pricey, and with you having a daughter, of course, she's got to come first. So sometimes you got to, prioritize and, give up some things, some toys. But either way, I'm glad you're able to get another one. Yeah, that's cool. And you had a 67 fastback? And my first car was a 68 Mustang, not a fastback, but it was a coupe. But cool car. That's nice. I said you got you a gem there, buddy. That car you got now is beautiful. I've always been, to be honest, like I love all the old classics. I love the Mustangs. I'm not as big of a Mustang fan as I used to be, but I still love the Mustangs. The old classics, 64 and a half to, about 70 is where I cut off at. After 70, they don't even look like a Mustang in my opinion. If you like them, that's great, but to me, they just they don't look like a Mustang from what I know. But as a kid, I always loved the 67 and 68s, and that was probably primarily because the 68 was my first car. The story behind that car is that was my sister's first car. My dad bought it in '94, I think right after I was born, and it was a Christmas gift for my sister. And she drove it for a few years. Then the motor went bad in it, the fuel pump went bad, put gas in the oil, wiped the bearings out, and it's set for, I don't even know, like 12 years maybe. And then I started working on it, tinkering on it, and we pulled the motor out, rebuilt it, put it back together, transmission, stuff like that. And I drove that car for a few years until in 2015, somebody pulled out in front of me, and I ended up clipping their rear driver's side bumper. They were driving a truck, and it didn't total the car, but it bent the fender, it bent the radiator support, the fender apron, and since the passenger side frame rail was rusted out, apparently a lot worse than I thought. I knew it had some surface rust because of the battery. They always drip down and they rot. But apparently it was worse than I thought. It kind of just crumbled when it hit. So, because I hit the truck and then ended up hitting a curb and going up into somebody's yard. So, yeah, that was a whole ordeal there. And got the car mostly fixed, still needs paint and all. But I was kind of getting out of the Mustang thing, and because I had my truck and I had bought the Fairlane, and that's my true dream car. So I ended up giving the Mustang back to my sister. You may see that in future videos, maybe. I don't know what her plan on that is. Really, she's not really into old cars like I am, but she wanted it because of what it is. So I give it back to her. She didn't want to sell it. So there's a potential that I may end up bringing it back into the channel and doing a restoration on it, like finishing it. Got to clean it. The interior is actually brand new in it. I did it before it got wrecked, and it was all new: seat upholstery, the foam, the carpet, the dash pad, the dash, the door panels. I mean, the whole interior was new before it got wrecked, and it needs to be really cleaned, like deep cleaned right now, because it's been sitting for, like I said, since 2015, basically. And I was messing with it some here and there, and then when I bought the yellow car, funny story if you want to know about this. The car ended up kind of pissing me off a little bit because it is set, and I was starting to mess with it some, getting it running, putting some money back into it. I pulled the intake off of it, put an intake gasket on it because it was leaking, did a thermostat, put a brand new radiator in, aluminum radiator, and all. And this was a few years ago, but did all that. I got it running. I was driving it here and there, put tags and insurance on. I was driving it just locally, just around once in a while. And and I rebuilt the carburetor. I started tinkering with the carburetor on it, and it was kind of getting frustrating. And during that time, the thermostat housing started leaking right after I had just changed it, so I had to go in and try to fix that. Then the radiator started leaking, but it would only do it if you gassed it hard. It was like toward the bottom of the radiator, right in the center, and it would only do it if you gassed it like hard. If it was idling, you could let it idle all day. It would not leak a drop. And I didn't know what in the world was going on because when I would drive it and get on a little bit, you could smell antifreeze. I'm like, where's it coming from? And so it was bugging me. So I kept messing with it. I was underneath the hood, revving it up and looking at stuff, because of course when you give it gas, it's under more pressure. The water pump's turning harder. Then that's when I seen it, and I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. So it wasn't that old of a radiator. Well, I called the manufacturer, and I should have, to be honest, I was a little bit frustrated and irritated back then, and I was younger and just didn't really want to deal with it. So I just kind of wrote it off as whatever. I didn't care anymore. But what I should have done, I should have handled it. I should have went through the effort, I guess you would say, to actually get it replaced, because I called the manufacturer and I asked them. I was like, "Hey, I got a radiator that's leaking. I think at that time it might have been maybe 6 months old, maybe." They would not warranty it because I put a transmission cooler on it. You put those plastic zip ties to the cores of the radiator. That is not what caused it to leak. It ain't like I just rammed them in there without any care of where, make sure they weren't. I put them in there carefully, basically. But apparently, you can't put a transmission cooler on there. They won't warranty it. And I'm like, well, they didn't tell you that in the thing, and they don't, because I went back and looked just to make sure that I didn't miss it when I bought it somehow. It did not say anywhere in there that you couldn't put it on there. And he's like, yeah, it don't say it, but yeah, they won't warranty it like that. And the only thing he was willing to do is give me what it cost them, which was still, I mean, I think it knocked maybe $100 off. And we're talking about a radiator that was like, I think, what did I pay for that radiator? Like $500, so a lot. And I was just kind of over it at that point. I was getting irritated, and it left me stranded at the gas station. I forgot about that. The solenoid or something went out on it and let me stranded at the gas station. And I was like, I was just at that point. I'm giving up. Like I'm done. Maybe it's a sign I'm just not supposed to work on this car. So and then I bought the yellow car, and the rest is history. So I just give it back to my sister. But I might bring it back in later. The radiator brand, I will tell you the company, because I still, even though I feel at that time that they kind of cheated me because they should have just give it to me for free because they didn't say you couldn't put a transmission cooler on there before buying it. But the brand is Cold Case, and I like their stuff because it's aluminum radiators. The tanks are stamped like factory, so they look just like a factory radiator. You can't really tell. I actually have a Cold Case in this truck. And I've never had a problem with this one. This truck runs super cool. It's the 2-row, just like I bought for the Mustang, with the 1-inch tubes, which is basically a 3-row. And it cools. It has always kept this truck cool. This truck has never ran hot. I've never had a problem with it. It doesn't leak. And I've had it in this truck I've owned the truck for 6 years. I think the radiator went out within the first year or two. So I've had the radiator in this truck for at least 4 years. It's been at least 4 years, maybe 5. And I've never had a problem with it. Never. Now I got a transmission cooler on this one too, but it's hooked to the condenser, not the radiator, so it's completely separate from the radiator. So hopefully, if this one ever messes up, I could warranty this one. But yeah. So I've never had a problem with it. I still recommend their product. Even though they kind of cheated me a little bit back then. It is what it is. You live and learn. I ain't gonna hold on to it. I would buy from them again. The reason I didn't buy one for the Fairlane, I was thinking about it, but I don't care about the factory look as much on the Fairlane. It's more of a custom, just aftermarket kind of do whatever I want with a car. Whereas with the truck, I like to keep it pretty much stock. I want it to look like it rolled out of the factory, like that, pretty much. So, and that's what I like about Cold Case. You can paint their radiators black, even though they're aluminum. Paint them black, you'll never know. It looks just like the factory brass radiator. So I like that, and that's what I did on this truck. I painted it black, so you can't even tell. Most people don't even know. But I bought a Champion for the Fairlane because I already know I was gonna keep it aluminum. I don't care about painting it and all that. So, but yeah. So let's see. Got to keep an extra solenoid in the trunk. You know what? It's not a bad idea. You're probably right. I probably should. Funny enough, you talk about keeping things in the trunk. I keep a fan in the trunk of that Fairlane because it has an electric fan. And so if they ever go out, I keep a 1/2-inch wrench and the flex fan that was on it in the trunk, just in case I drive it somewhere and get off and the fans quit working, which you don't really need them when you're going down the road. It's mainly just sitting still, but still, if I go off somewhere, especially in the summertime, and the fans quit working and I need to get home, I can just throw the fan back on it and I'm good to go. So it's funny you say that, but yeah, but you know what? To be honest, I've never really had a solenoid go out like that. You know, I've had them stick before you tap them. You know, they're fine, but it would just like do nothing. It's like you took the battery out of it. You know, it wouldn't even jump. Like you try to jump start with a screwdriver, it wouldn't do it. I don't know what in the world was going on. I can't remember now because I got it running again. I can't remember what the problem. I just changed the solenoid, but and that car needs some new battery cables too. That'd probably help. But anyway, Dale Hess, hello B, Pat B, and Keith Wilson. Yes, hello to. We have 3 people in here right now, so that's great. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. You know, and welcome. I welcome anybody. Everybody's welcome in here until you're not, obviously. You know, but everybody's welcome. Hopefully, we can grow this channel more and more. I'd appreciate it, and I appreciate y'all for being a supporter and watching and commenting and everything. It's nice. But yeah, that's kind of a brief little rundown on the truck and the car and the 77. Y'all know about that, the 4x4. I talked about it when I bought the truck, about how it was a buddy of mine and he was selling it and I bought it. I've always liked it. So, but yeah, so I'll probably about tie this one up here for the first video. I just want to jump on and try this out because this is all new to me. I'm going to have to get more and more experienced in this whole thing. But yeah. Have y'all ever tried cold case radiators? Have y'all had any problems? Like I said, I haven't had a single problem out of this truck. It's been great, you know. And I would buy another one. Like I said, I started to buy one for the Fairlane, but I didn't because of I wanted more of that custom aftermarket look. But yeah. But anyway, let's see. Dale Hess, love your videos. Well, I appreciate that, Dale. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you for watching and being a supporter. So, yeah, we're coming up on 22 minutes and 20 seconds live so far. So, oh no, I was pulling wires on the 64.5, and your storytelling was keeping me sane. Well, hey, I'm glad I could be of service. Yeah. Pulling wires, huh? What are you doing to it? You doing an upgrade? I drive a 71 Mustang convertible. Very nice. Cool cars. No cold case, but several Champion radiators, all with good luck. Yeah, I've had 2 Champion radiators. Never had a problem at either one of them. One in the 84 Ford truck, that was my dad's, and then the Fairlane, obviously. And never had a problem with it. So Champion makes good stuff. And what's that other, is it Eagle or American Eagle? That's kind of like their side line. They still make it, it's the same company, but they do it too. And good stuff. Actually, what's in my car might be the American Eagle. Same brand, like I said, it don't matter, it's all the same. But yeah. So, but like I said, I don't talk bad about cold case. You know, anybody can have a bad product. I hate how they didn't warranty it for me. They didn't warranty like they should have. You know, to be honest, to be fair. But like I said, you live and learn. Whatever. I could have probably talked to somebody else and got it warranted if I kept pushing it. But at that point, I was giving up on that car anyway. I just had enough. But made a custom console and I'm mounting the triple gauge on it. Oh, cool. I'll make a video about it. I've been slacking on new videos. Yeah, man, sometimes when you get busy, especially with you being a family man, it's hard to make time for videos sometimes, you know. Luckily, I don't have any kids right now. I'm not married, but I work a schedule that is kind of flip-flop kind of, so it gives me free time. So I'm lucky in that regard that I have more time to make these videos and put them out. So I try to do at least one a week. That's my goal. And so far I've been able to do that, sometimes 2 a week. But the console thing, that's nice. Is yours going all the way up, like between the seats and up to the dash, or is it more, well, yeah, you said you're putting gauges in it, so it must go all the way up to the dash, which is very cool. I like that. And, but yeah, I might check that out. I'm gonna check that. When you post that video, I'm gonna check it out and see. Is your YouTube BPatB? Is that your YouTube name as well? But yeah, I was thinking about making a console for the Fairlane, but then I got one for Christmas. And funny enough, the one that's in that car is actually for a Mustang. It's for a Mustang, like the 64.5 to 69 or 70 Mustangs, I guess. It's the one that just goes between the seats and it velcros at the bottom onto the carpet. And it's not really made for that car. It's a tight fit in that Fairlane because the seats are so wide in that car compared to a Mustang. Even though the car is a lot bigger, the seats are a lot bigger too. So it's a really tight fit. But I made it work. It went in there. But yeah. If that's your YouTube channel name, I'll take a look at that when you get that done. That'll be nice. I think I may have looked you up before. I can't remember. I think I may have though. But I'll have to take a look at it and see. Let's see. I made one video that got like 600,000 views. Whoa. Okay. And I thought, well, let me just see what happens. Dude, do it. Man, that's great. Yeah, that's crazy. What was that on? I have? Okay. I'm thinking I have, so I'm gonna have to look you up again and see. But that's crazy. 600,000 views. Yeah, man, that's great. And do it. You know, keep on putting it out there. I need a video about bent carburetor linkage. Yeah, hey, do it. I don't think there's anybody out there that has a video on that. So do it. That you might be the only one. So, but let's see. We're coming up on 27 minutes. We'll run this to 30 minutes even. So 3 more minutes and I'm gonna log off here. And then I might do another one. It won't be this week. I might try to do another video, another live next week if I get a chance. Let's see. It was about how I used an Edelbrock that had bent linkage and didn't realize it until I got a new carburetor. Okay. Okay. So you got a new one shipped to you, I'm guessing, and it had a bent linkage and you had to straighten it, I guess. I guess you were trying to run it and it didn't work right, so you had to figure that out. It happens, and I tell you, the way people ship things now, man, they just don't have no care at all. Larry Fordyce. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, buddy. Welcome. Thank you. Thanks for your post. Being in Okinawa, not much help around the area, and yours helps. Well, hey, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm able to help somebody. That's my goal with this. I want to have fun. That's why I want to teach people things, but I also just want to kind of just show, look at what I'm doing, you know. And if you enjoy it, that's great, you know. And even whenever you're just showing, even if you're not trying to really teach anybody, you're just doing something, it might give somebody an idea or a piece of information that they needed. So, but I'm glad that I'm able to be some help to you. So that's great. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Let's see. And Dale Hess says he's BPatB's newest subscriber. Nice. I like the support for each other. That's good. I like that. Gotta keep the car community strong. Gotta stick together. But so 1 more minute, guys. It's 29 minutes. So be 1 more minute, and I'm gonna log on off of here. And then, like I said, I'm gonna try to do this again next week. Well, I'll try to log on. Maybe let's see. I might try to do it on a Friday. I might do next Friday, which that's the day after Thanksgiving. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see how it goes. I should have explained it better. Oh, you good? No, you're good. Wow, Okinawa. That's so cool. Yeah, it is. That is cool. And hey, you explained it. I got it. You know, I think I know what you meant. And but yeah, people ship things like crazy now. You know. Well, 30 seconds left. 20 seconds. 20 seconds left. So that'll be all for this video. Like I said, thank you to each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching, subscribing, supporting. I appreciate it, liking the videos, and it means the world to me. I hope y'all continue to watch, and Yeah. So I just want to say thank you again for the 1,000 subscribers. It seems so unreal. I can't believe it. It seems like I just in the big picture, it's nothing, right? You know, I mean, there's people out there with 100,000 subscribers, but to me, it's a big deal. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. To me, 1,000 subscribers is a very big deal. So I appreciate that, and thank you, thank each and every one of y'all. Nice meeting all of you. Good night, Dale Hess says. Likewise. Good night, and like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. So, till next time, take care.